We're going to go over how to set up and use our drop shipping feature. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is go to typically inventory, go to your configuration settings, and then you can always search for dropship and make sure that you select the drop shipping and go ahead and hit save. That will install a couple additional features. Now that that's done, we're going to go to our product and products. And in this case, we're going to create a new product. You can also set this up with an existing product. We'll call it a dropship item, name it whatever. You'll have the same type of details as you normally would for configuration settings. Typically, you do want to make it as a storable product still, but you're going to go to the purchase tab and you're going to want to add a vendor. So we're going to come in here and select our vendor. We'll say Adam Carr, and we're going to set our price. We'll say we buy it for $10 and we'll sell it for 25. The last step is go to the inventory tab and we're going to want to mark the buy, and there'll be a new option called dropship. Go ahead and select that for that product. Okay, now this is all set up and configured. You can go to your sales order, create a new sales order for our customer, and we're going to just select our dropship item. What this does now is when I confirm this item, or even if it's sold on the website, when I sell this item, it's going to automatically create a purchase order as well. You'll notice it did not create a delivery order, even though this is a drop shipped stockable item. Well, that's actually because the purchase order now controls the delivery. If I go to the purchase order, it's still created as a RFQ. So you still have to confirm this and send this to your vendor. So I'm going to confirm it and say, yes, I submitted the purchase order. And now you'll see it creates a dropship record. If I go back to the sales order, I also have a link to the dropship record. So when I sell an item that's dropshipped, it will still have a sales order, it will have a purchase order, but it only has one delivery order type, and we call it a dropship. If I open this up, you'll see that it says that I'm receiving it from my vendor, but the destination is going directly to the customer instead of coming into my warehouse or coming into me. It also has a special dropship number. If you want to check this in the inventory dashboard, normally we would deliver and receive out of here, but when we enable the dropship, it actually creates a whole new record so that the dropships are moved over to their own field and their own processing. So I can open this up. A lot of times what we do is we wait until the vendor confirms how it was shipped. I can come in here on the additional information. I can still enter my tracking reference from the vendor if I want to keep track of that. And I can go ahead and validate this saying that the vendor confirmed that they shipped it. I can still send my tracking email if I want to, let the customer know that that item has been shipped. And you'll see, again, it's tied to both the sales order and the purchase order. So I can go back to my purchase order. I can invoice this as regular if I invoice after delivery, or if it was a web order, it might already be invoiced. Same thing with the purchase order. I can come in here and create my bill and pay the vendor for that drop shipped item the same way I would any other purchase order. The one other feature is you can technically, if it's an item that you already purchase and you want to just drop ship it because say I don't have it in inventory, there is a toggle button on your sales order. You can turn on the route, and you can also drop ship any product on the fly from a sales order. This has to be done manually from the sales order. And you have to have a vendor selected on that part, or it will error out when you try to confirm it. So if I come in here and select my customer and try to confirm this order, it still followed the same routes of creating a purchase order, and I was able to do it on the fly. So if it's a product that you normally sell from stock but you ran out, or it's a special order, you can also mark just that one item as a drop ship and drop ship it on the fly. The key is you have to have a vendor in the purchase tab or it won't know who to create the PO for.